Good evening. This is All India Radio Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. And the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi stresses on the need for taking all measures to check the spread of second peak of coronavirus. PHED Minister Jacob Zhimomi commissions augmentation of water supply to 5 villages under Mokokchung district. Model Code of Conduct comes into force ahead of by-election for 51 Nagaland Assembly Constituency. And Finance Department Nagaland declares 17th, 20th, 24th and 31st of March as transaction days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has stressed on the need for taking all measures to check the spread of second peak of coronavirus. He said to control the situation, there is a need of quick and decisive actions. He said in the last 1 week, 70 districts of the country have reported 150% surge in COVID cases. Addressing the meeting held with chief ministers of states and union territories this afternoon, the Prime Minister said that what we have reached today in the battle of Corona, the confidence that came from it, should not be turned into carelessness. He said it should be ensured that people do not go into panic mode, and we have to take initiatives and get rid of the problems of pandemic from the people. Modi also emphasized for being equally serious about test, track and treat, as we have been doing it for the last 1 year. The Prime Minister appealed to the Chief Ministers to focus on creating micro-containment zones to control the spread of the virus. Minister of Public Health Engineering PHED Jacob Zhimomi yesterday formally commissioned the augmentation of water supply to 5 villages in Mokokchung range at Yajangsi village under Mokokchung district. The commissioning was done in the presence of Minister of Technical Education and Tribal Affairs, Temchen Imna Along, and advisor Kajeto Kinimi, Chief Engineer PHED Ripa Yangpa Lungama, and representatives from 5 village councils. Minister Zhimomi said the central government is committed to provide safe and adequate water supply through individual household tap connection or easily accessible to public fountains in all villages of the state in a phased manner. He said the department is currently implementing the Jal Jeevan Mission scheme in a phased manner and called upon the people for their active participation and cooperation for the success of any developmental activity. The project augmentation of water supply scheme through water source to 5 villages, namely Yajang A, Yajang C, Lirmen, Agumen and Ziremen, was funded by NEC, which started in 2014 and completed during 2020. The project cost is 4 crores 84 lakhs and 74,000 rupees. With the announcement of the by-election to the 51 Nagaland Assembly Constituency in Twensang District by Election Commission yesterday, Deputy Commissioner Twensang, Kumar Ramnikan, said the Model Code of Conduct comes into force with immediate effect throughout Twensang District. Political parties, intending candidates, government or department's establishment, and general public are informed to adhere strictly to the Model Code of Conduct and extend cooperation to the district election machinery to ensure peaceful conduct of the said by-election. Chief Secretary of Nagaland J. Alam has directed the state government departments to clear all pending bills to the media houses at the earliest to ensure smooth functioning and a cordial relationship between the government of Nagaland and the media. The direction was issued after a meeting was held with the media houses today in Kohima. All pending bills should be cleared to the media houses by 31st of March. During the meeting, Alam informed that the state government, during its cabinet meeting held on 11th March, was of the view that the media plays an important role in the state and felt that no dues should be left pending so as to ensure proper functioning of the media houses. Terming that technology can provide solutions to various problems and challenges faced by state government, the Chief Secretary called for modernization of bill payment system by the departments and urged them to make electronic payments. He also mooted the possibility of developing appropriate software in consultation with technical department. The Chief Secretary further said that the state government will hold an internal meeting with all departments and work out policies for better functioning and relationship between the government and the media in the state. The meeting also deliberated on various other issues related to the functioning of media and government. Finance Department Nagaland informed that 17th, 20th, 24th and 31st of March have been declared as transaction days in both the state treasuries and banks interstate. The declaration was made in order to enable uninterrupted functioning of the government businesses during the remaining few days of the current financial year 2020-21. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on our YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. PHED District Planning and Development Board reviewed the ongoing aspirational district projects being implemented by various departments. In a meeting held yesterday at the DC's conference hall, PHED, Minister and DPDP Chairman V. Kashiho Sangdam urged upon the implementing agency to judiciously make use of the funds for the development of PHED and ensure that projects and schemes are implemented without compromise. Sangdam also welcomed the new Deputy Commissioner PHED and expressed hope that his stay in PHED will benefit the people. He also called upon general public of PHED to extend support and cooperation towards the administration so as to fast-track development activities in PHED, taking the advantage of the aspirational district status. Also speaking at the meeting, MLA T. Yangseo Sangdam called for monthly DPDP to be more efficient and effective so as to improve the socio-economic parameters of the district. Apart from review of aspirational district program, various development agendas were also discussed in the meeting. Mon Forest Division and Wildlife Division PHED jointly organized an awareness campaign program on conservation and protection of forest and wildlife to mitigate human-animal conflict and wildlife crime, nature conservation, and biodiversity conservation for students and children, teachers and villagers yesterday at Government Senior Higher Secondary School, Mon. Chairman State Biodiversity Board, Nagaland Satya Prakash Tripathi, in his keynote address said, students and children are the future generation and they can play an important role as a brand ambassador for conservation of forest and wildlife. Speaking at a program as special invitee, Deputy Commissioner Mon Tavasilan said forest and wildlife play an important role in addressing issues of climate change, food and water security, environment amelioration, in addition to tangible benefits in different forms and thus sustaining the existence of the earth. Meanwhile, Divisional Forest Officer Mon Raj Priya Singh highlighted on the need of conservation of natural resources for the future generation on sustained basis. He maintained that the conservation of forest and environment is not only the duty of Forest Department but also a fundamental duty of every citizen of the country. With the recovery of 7 COVID-19 positive patients from Kohima, the number of active cases has declined to 7 today. The total confirmed cases remained at 12,225 with no report of COVID-19 positive case, while the recovered cases in the state stands at 11,973. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer, and follow social distancing norms. And now it's 20 news. Here are the main points again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi stresses on the need for taking all measures to check the spread of second peak of coronavirus. PHED Minister Jacob Zhimomi commissions augmentation of water supply to 5 villages under Mokokchung district. Model Code of Conduct comes into force ahead of by-election for 51 Noksin Assembly Constituency. And Finance Department Nagaland declares 17th, 20th, 24th and 31st of March as transaction days. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.